Welcome back to Autism Live. I'm so lucky because I have these two fabulous ladies here. One of my favorite people, Dina Kimmel, and she has brought with her, who I just met, Deborah Kelly Davis. I got it right?
Yes, you did.
Thrilled to have you here. And I must say that
us.
Dina says wonderful things about you.
Thank you.
And so we've had you on the show before, but just in case somebody's watching for the first time, we got to recap a little bit. You're an autism mom.
I am, first and foremost.
And
absolutely.
And you are somebody who has a brilliant business head, and you were a businesswoman before you had a child that was on the autism spectrum. But like all of you, when your son was diagnosed with autism, it's like pick up the world, shake it, turn it upside down, and now reevaluate and put it back together.
Absolutely.
And you made the choice that you said, I need to do X, Y, and Z for my son, and you opened a business so that you would have a place. I don't want to tell your story for you. You tell it.
So cute.
Why did you open a gym?
Well, I loved my clothing stores. I brought, my daughter to work every day when she was a baby. I was able to, do the mom thing. It was wonderful. But with Gabriel, I tried and it didn't work. Something was going on. So I took a leave from my clothing stores. I ended up selling them 5 minutes, really 5 minutes after. But I knew something was going on with Gabriel really from when he was born, but as you know, you wait. Everyone says boys are slower. So I waited, and that 18 months, I knew something was going on. The doctor still didn't say anything was wrong because Gabriel was so loving. And I feel like that's where a lot of us parents get stuck, because the pediatricians, listen, they know about, sensory processing disorder and autism, but they don't know our kids. They're not, in med school, they don't specifically train on, as you know, special needs. So my doctor missed it. So gratefully, it's like a lioness. The lioness kicks in, okay, let's do this. The OT therapist says, put equipment up in your house, do a little mini OT gym. What do? Okay, take that about 50 steps further, moved all of my furniture out of my room and built a little, a big, actually, mini We Rock in there. And then after a year, just seeing what it did for Gabriel, sleeping better, eating better, socializing, eye contact, because there was nothing. He was just this beautiful little boy, which he still is, beautiful little boy, but like the lights were on, but no one was home. Yeah. So that's where the connection happened. Now, me being an entrepreneur, after a year, I said to my husband, I have to get out of here. There has to be other people, that need this.
Right?
Yes, wait till you hear, her story. And I said, well, I feel like we have to pay it forward. Listen, we were able to do this in our own home, but what about the people who can't afford OT, which is $150 an hour, and don't know that they can go through, the state or their insurance companies now, which some of them, as you know, don't cover that still. So that's what I did. So September 1st of 2010, We Rock was born.
And first in your home, then in its own place, and at that point, in the beginning, you didn't see that what it was going to turn into, did it?
No.
Did you?
No.
And there was one location.
One.
And now, how many locations?
Oh Lord, we have 57.
In this minute, and I know when I talk to you next week, it will be more.
Probably.
Because that's how it's going. So talk to us a little bit about how you come into this picture.
I actually met Dina when she owned her clothing store, and that's how we connected. And she was sharing with me about Gabriel when he was diagnosed, and she said she was going to be selling the store and, diving into the autism world. And I was sharing with her, I had already been in the world with her. My daughter's 15. I'm an autism parent myself. So I didn't hear from her for quite some time, and then a mutual friend of ours said, do you hear what Dina's doing? No, but I can only imagine.
Right?
So we connected. I did homeschool my daughter for quite some time, and dove in. I was speech therapy, OT every single day, and I had wished there was some place I could take her, because I couldn't just take her to a regular indoor kids gym because it was too loud. The sensory processing. And when I first visited her gym and took my daughter there, my daughter just felt so comfortable. And, she invited my daughter Ryan to be a junior helper. And then I found out that she was going to be franchising. So I was a home stager at the time, and I said, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. And just the joy that you see in the parents and in the kids there's just something different about it. And I've been an owner for almost 2.5 years in Santa Monica location, and she's just brought me on. And I'm going to cry now. Every time we look at each other, we start crying. As project manager, so I can be there for the new owners and assist them in the that I went through, you know, being a veteran, I can just, you know, help support them, because a lot of them are new business owners. They've never owned a business, so it's just a gratifying feeling. And the cause, it's just it's a cause. It's not just owning a franchise, it's a cause.
But I think it's bigger than that even now, because looking at your booth, you were just like 3 or 4 booths down from us. We like it when we're next door to you.
I know,
but you're a
right?
raucous group of people too.
God.
So you
We didn't stop from 8 in the morning till everyone walked out.
But you know, I got to come down to your booth at one point, and I'm going to say this: I only left my booth to go to 2 places.
You were busy.
The whole day we were busy. I walked down to the Grand Club for a millisecond, and I walked over to your booth because your booth was full of people. How many owners did you have in your booth?
What do we have? I think about 12.
Amazing.
Yeah. Busy.
From 12 different owners' locations, and it was a party. It was a party of people who have made a difference in their life for their kids, for their family, because they have a business, so they have an income that it goes in line with what their kids
That's
need.
everything.
It is everything. And now they have a support group amongst themselves as well.
I'm
Which is
telling you,
huge.
it's everything.
It's a family.
It's a family. We are.
And it's absolutely amazing. And the opportunity for that, for people who, you know, the statistics on when their child is diagnosed with autism, how many of them have to change their jobs? It's overwhelming. Right?
Change your life.
I had to, right?
Yes.
You had to. It changes your life, and your ability to make income changes because the hours that you're available changes. And the fact that you have paved the way for people and make it possible. And I want to say this too, that I've watched as some of your different locations have started with your new franchisees, and the way you walk them through it, it is such a nurturing thing. It is not like, you know, here you're on your own.
No.
Here are the napkins with our logo. Do with what you will. You really they're part of your family.
We do, and that's why I need the Debras, okay, and why I knew that Deborah would be amazing at corporate as a project manager to, you know, clone myself. I would never, you know, trust anybody else. I mean, we now have an East Coast corporate as well, which I'm excited to tell you about, but truly, what do we do? I mean, we try and fit into our children's, you know, world, their autism land. But what I wanted to do, and didn't even know that I was doing it, was bring my son into the world, into my world, which was a place that was comfortable for him and his sister. That's the whole key, the inclusion part. Because Sophia is not on the spectrum. Gabriel couldn't go the same places that she could, and vice versa. So we were, you know, a lot of us are stuck. So that's the beginning point, which has now, like I said, gone across the nation, and I'm excited to announce where we're going next.
Yes. Should we take a break and then come back and do the announcements? But I want to say, stop and think for just a second about how smart, because you have the physical component, which is such a big deal that our kids need a way to physically move their bodies, which then is the sensory component, which is everything, and there is the social component to it.
That's the key.
And then the inclusion socialization to it, having a place for them to be, to do that, having a place for your family so that, and there's the entrepreneur part of it, both for the family and for the kid. If you've all been looking for, Temple's got a new book out, The Loving Push.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Loving Push.
Every kid has to have an opportunity to work a job when they're younger and see how business is conducted. You have a business like this, and your kid is learning it from minute one.
Exactly. And that's why I
it gives
started
them an
this.
opportunity to learn.
And open up our
skills,
rewalks.
And you're helping your community, and you're connecting with people, and you're putting food on your table and ensuring your kid's future. It's super duper smart. Super duper smart. Okay, so just really quick before we go to break, where can people go to find out information about franchising?
So they can go on www.wrtsfranchise.com.
We're not as fast as you are. WR, which stands for We Rock the Spectrum.
So WRTS franchise.com or werockthespectrum.com. That's probably easier, right?
Okay. And when you go there, you'll see some pictures of and we're going to show some pictures when we come back too. We had our sensitive Santa at one of your locations, and
the best.
And you know, honestly, we had such a great time, and the kids had such a great time.
I just wanted to say, okay, to everyone out there, did such an amazing job. So many kids. You guys were booked solid. I mean,
Well,
Santa was phenomenal. It was very moving. I look at that video and those photos, and that was my son's first time meeting Santa.
Well, that's very special to us, but
Wonderful.
None of it would have happened without you. Let's
Thank
just
you.
say that. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Dina's got some big announcements about We Rock the Spectrum. And it's stuff that affects you and stuff that affects the world, so stick with us. Welcome back to Autism Live. I'm here with two amazing ladies. We're talking about We Rock the Spectrum. We're talking about this amazing place that you have made, and you are now in big cahoots with her.
I am.
But you've been an owner of a We Rock
for 2.5 years.
For 2.5 years. But now, what is your official title?
Project manager.
Project manager.
Yes,
So
and
what does that mean?
Basically, all the new owners or people are interested in opening We Rock, we guide them through the leasing process because a lot of these owners have never owned a business before. So we guide them through, make them understand, make sure they're getting the best deal, and then we help them build their gyms.
Yeah.
Making sure the layouts.
Support, emotional support.
Emotional support is key. Yes.
Right.
Really. She's my clone.
Well, that's
She's
big stuff.
That's
She's better.
Wow. Well,
I don't know about better,
you.
just different.
So-
it's a good team.
Wonderful. So again, we're talking to Dina Kimmel and Deborah Kelly Davis. I got to get it right. And before the break, we were talking, Dina, about how this all came about because there was a need in your family for your son, and then you saw what amazing things it did for your son, and so you wanted to share it with more people. And it's grown it's only 5 years? Are you guys five and a half years?
But we've only been franchising really for 2 years and 4 months.
And how many franchises?
We have
again?
57.
57.
Yeah.
I swear before the break it was 56. And when we come back again,
It'll be 58.
Because
It's a wildfire.
it's growing that fast because it makes so much sense. So you have a couple of announcements. I'm going to let you say them because sometimes I jump ahead of you and go, did you know We Rock is doing this? And one of them I didn't even know till this morning. So what do you want to start with?
Well, I'm very excited because I know you've asked me before in the past, what's your 5-year plan? And my 5-year plan was to go worldwide, of course. So here we are, 2 years and 4 months in, and I get emotional talking about it, but this is what drove me to franchise, because let's face it, I didn't have the funds to do that either, but what do? We, rob Peter to pay Paul to make this work, because there were so many emails, please open one in Texas, please open one, up north, please, in, Missouri. So I did it, but what's happening now was, okay, well maybe in 5 years from now, because as you know, it's a big investment for a company. But I couldn't say no. So we had this amazing family come visit us from Malaysia, and Yuma Meadows. They're amazing people. Their sons go to Berkeley. Well, one of them just graduated. So we met with them, and this was last year. And I'm like, okay, yeah, right. Like this is really going to happen, Malaysia. And they were amazing, and they believed in our vision, and then their vision. And because there's nothing, obviously, as you know, in Asia or really in the UK anywhere. But truly, their vision came from their own son, whom they had, has ADD and ADHD, and then good friends of theirs has Down syndrome, and it just, Rama, she's amazing, she's like the leader of the ship, and she's going into this with her husband and her 2 friends, Hannah and Nori, and they're amazing ladies and such warriors themselves. But to really take this and put it there, no, I had no idea what that was about. Listen, we have over 2,000 inquiries for people wanting to open up We Rocks. We could have, 500 gyms, but we don't.
Right.
We're very, very careful.
Very selective.
I have to be, because we have to make sure that they're either an autism, mommy or daddy, or they're in the field, because otherwise it doesn't work. You're not getting that community. It's not just if you're making money. That's not what matters to me.
The heart and the
heart.
And I don't want to say desperation, but that understanding of what's going on needs to be there.
And connecting with your clientele is so
Exactly.
important.
So our owners, people, we want to, open up 4 We Rocks and, put great managers in there. That's not what we're about. We're about, I needed a job. I wanted, to be with my kids and make sure my son could, I could be a leader of his therapy. And that's how this all started. So here now, though, having these people that come, really to find out about We Rock, not just in the States, but across,
Malaysia.
really the world. So We Rock is officially worldwide. So this is my first announcement of it. So this is it,
Wonderful.
Shannon.
I'm
I
excited.
owe this 10 times over to you because, like I said, we haven't even launched it yet. But yes, it's We Rock the Spectrum Malaysia, and this family has bought the master franchise, contract to open up franchises all across Malaysia. So it's really amazing.
It's
We're
happening.
very, very excited. It's happening. I mean,
It's happening.
Oh my
It
God.
is needed
Right.
worldwide.
We need to get you
Yes.
a cot and have you lay down.
That's exactly
Get her
right.
a cool cloth.
I mean,
it's exciting.
It's very, very exciting, like I said. And I really feel blessed that this family that came to us, I feel like they're my family already, and I knew that if it was going to happen, it had to be a situation like that. Because let's face it, it's a little bit scary. I'm going to be setting up corporate there. And then they're going to be the leaders.
Wow.
So you know me, okay? We're both the same here. I don't delegate very well. It took me forever to bring her on. Let me do it. Let me do it all. But truly, to be, I feel like a successful business, you need to. We're only as good as the people we have around us. You know that, here as well.
I was just going to say, you don't know me then, because I delegate like mad. Kelby does everything.
Well, you're ahead. You're ahead of it than I am. But I'm learning. We've got amazing franchise developers now in Miami, and that's John and Veronica Canaday. So I don't sell the gyms anymore. They bring me on at the end, and so I do get to meet them. But the Uma Meadows, they came to us. They just so happened to go into our Berkeley location. They wanted to fly out, and meet us. And now they've been out here a couple times. They're coming out again next month, and this is it. So I'm excited for you guys to see.
And you would never have guessed, if we had talked about this 4 years ago, and we had talked about, going worldwide, you would never have guessed that Malaysia would have been first.
No.
But it's because it's the right family.
I think that's it more than anything, because we have inquiries, so it's crazy. Canada, Colombia, Australia, New Zealand. Israel. Oh yeah, Israel, which is a huge need, as you know.
Yeah.
We have so many people that visit, specifically maybe my location because I'm a vacation spot. But I have so many owners, not owners, but people visiting my gym that are from other countries.
Yes.
They're moving here because they're looked down upon if their child has a special need.
It's heartbreaking.
And they
It's
can't
really,
get the
really
services. They can't help their child, so they're moving.
Absolutely.
And so why not have it worldwide where they can access,
Exactly. Why not have? Well, I would have obviously I would have loved to do it from day one, but what I didn't realize. Well, they take time. Well, it's crazy. My 5-year plan has now happened in 2 years, so it's nuts. Of course, obviously.
It surprises no one who knows you, though. No one who knows you, because of course that's you.
It was the need. It was the need. My husband. Here I am now. 2.5 years in? He's like, so. Are you ever going to bring home a paycheck? I go, no. We got to go worldwide now. It's like, what? You're going where? You're going to Malaysia? You're going to Malaysia next month? Taking off for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Bye. See you later. But I feel truly blessed. I feel honored to have this opportunity to do it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And there's another announcement, but I think we should take a short break, and then we'll come back and talk about the one that those of you who are here stateside, it's going to be a little bit closer to home. So stick with us. More about We Rock the Spectrum after these messages. Welcome back to, I don't know where I am. Which camera am I? Welcome back to Autism Live. We are here with two fabulous ladies, Dina Kimmel from We Rock the Spectrum, and I'm going to mess it up. Deborah Kelly Davis. Okay.
I just want to make it more confusing.
Sounds just like a rock star.
Sounds like a movie star.
Right?
Deborah Kelly
You are.
Davis.
She is.
That's what it sounds
In
like.
the 40s.
But they've been talking with us about We Rock the Spectrum and some of the exciting news. We were just talking about the fact that it's opening worldwide now, Malaysia. And Kelby had a picture that he was showing in the back, but we want to show it full screen. There it is.
Yeah.
We Rock the Spectrum in Malaysia. This is so exciting.
That's Kuala Lumpur. So that's the city where they're going to first open, where they live, which is, I don't know if you have any history, about Malaysia, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful there.
I know nothing about Malaysia, but I know it's exotic in my mind, at least. And so you're going to get to go.
Yep.
Have you been to Malaysia before?
No.
All
I'm
right,
telling you, all the traveling I've done is through We Rock.
Okay.
It's
very
unbelievable. Yeah. So this is huge. We're very, very excited.
And there are opportunities to franchise here in the United States as well. And again, the site to go to WRTS, which stands for We Rock the Spectrum Franchise.com.
Perfect.
Okay, that's the perfect place to go to find out about franchise, or you can just go to werockthespectrum.com.
To find out about We Rock, yeah.
WRTS.com to see what kinds of things are going on.
Yes.
Exactly.
But you have another announcement of something new, because you're a problem solver.
Yeah. Or as my husband would say, maker. Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny.
Well, listen. There's, a lot of us are entrepreneurs out there. There has to be the one crazy person, to dive in first. So that's me. Okay, I'm the crazy one that dives in first.
But let's just say this though. I think that you are an entrepreneur and a visionary along the lines of Walt Disney. Like you go, no, seriously, you go, okay. And everybody thought that Walt Disney was crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a theme park? Seriously? You're
Right.
gonna take an orange grove and you're gonna do what with a mouse? I mean, people thought he'd lost his mind.
True.
But I was just there last night. There's nothing crazy about that
amazing.
place. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're along those lines, madam.
She'll figure it out.
She
Thank
thinks,
you.
she thinks big, and she sees something, and she goes, well, okay, so this is the way around this. So what's the new thing?
Well, what was exciting was, of course, Malaysia is amazing, but in a lot of areas in Malaysia, of course, they're very rural.
Mm-hmm.
So say we have our territories, 5 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles, whatever it is. But in some of these areas in Malaysia would be 60 miles really to have that kind of population. We make sure that every area has a big population to make sure that gym, is going to run successfully. So my franchise developer said, would you be up to, they want to know if they can be creative and possibly go mobile. And I went, forget about it. I go, I'll email you in 5 seconds. I had this vision almost 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, of going mobile, of having We Rock on Wheels. That's the name of it. It's We Rock on Wheels. And so I sent him the file. He goes, leave it to you, Dina, already. So yes, that is it. We're We Rock on Wheels. And I'm very, very excited.
Isn't it cute?
So cute.
Our first bus is going to be ready. Are you ready? Next week.
Are you
Next
kidding?
week. I'm not kidding you. It's got a zip line, a trampoline in it, monkey bars, the bolster swing. So all the therapeutic swings that are in our gym, it's just in a smaller area.
So it's a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you said mobile, I thought you meant like
It's
an
a school
app.
bus.
I thought
It's
you
a
meant like
school
an
bus.
app on a phone.
Oh, no.
And originally I was like, oh, okay, so you got an app. Okay, that's cool. But so it's a school bus.
Mm-hmm.
It can pull up. People get on the bus and they can have all the same fun that they would have had in the gym.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a little mini We Rock in there. I'm not kidding you. It is unbelievable.
So cool.
I'm very, very excited because, in these more rural areas, okay, of course, these kiddos can't, come to a brick and mortar location. So really, this has pushed what I wanted to do 3 years ago, up front here. And of course, I'm going to let all the owners here take advantage of in the States as well. So that's already begun.
Yeah.
So they're already building. I have to tell you something. When something's meant to be in life, it happens.
Yeah.
And this all just unfolded like that. John Canada said, Dina, do you want to go mobile? I sent him the file. Oh my gosh, that's great. And then I went online. Was it that night?
Yeah.
And I bought a bus.
And it came from Tahoe.
It came from Lake Tahoe, okay?
Of course you did.
Yes, it came from Lake Tahoe, and all of a sudden there it was. It was all ripped out already, and the zip line's in there now. We've got, like I said, the trampoline, and we're going to be able to go to people's homes.
Yeah.
What about the OT therapists that come to our houses, or the ABA therapists, the in-home?
Yes.
You know what? Have We Rock, mobile. We Rock on Wheels come to your home and use all that OT equipment. They're going to get so much more out of their sessions. You know that.
Yeah.
And then just to be able to go to like the help group. You know
Yes. I
what?
was
And
gonna say
add
schools, yes.
Yeah. But of course, all of our inclusive programs, but also the programs for our kids with ASD.
Yeah.
Can you imagine again getting that exercise and the socialization part of it?
Yes.
Right? You bring on about 10 kids at a time on the bus, and you filter them through. It is amazing. I am so excited about this. I feel like a little kid in a candy
brilliant.
store.
Well, and when you said there's a bus, I immediately went to birthday parties, and I know
Of course.
that,
Well, yes,
seems
of
like
course.
a
Yeah.
secondary thing, but birthday parties, especially for our kids on the spectrum,
Oh,
can be
huge.
such a hard thing. And I know after we had you on the show the first time, Nancy Allspaw Jackson, who a lot of our viewers know, she was in a little bit of a pickle because she needed a birthday party for her son, and she needed it overnight. And her husband was dealing with cancer and couldn't do it at her house. And it was this whole big thing. And she was like, I don't know what to do. And, we could go here, we could go there, but it's not going to work out with the autism.
Yeah.
And all these things. And I said, what? you know, let's do it at a We Rock the Spectrum.
That's right.
Right.
And so within a week, she had her birthday party at the We Rock the Spectrum and said, oh my gosh, this was the most fun thing.
I'm so glad.
It was
Great.
such an amazing thing. But in thinking about, sometimes people do want to do something at their home, but a lot of times people get a bouncy house.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
And that
which-
is a recipe for disaster.
That's exactly, especially our kiddos. Especially our kiddos.
Completely.
Yeah.
I go to well, thank goodness we're at an age where that doesn't happen anymore. But you go and you go. Everybody needs to have a place to have their yayas out, but it's like an uncontrolled burn with the bouncy house with kids on the spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
So I think for those families to have something where their kids have already been to the gym and they already know what to do, and then have their birthday party come to the house, have the gym come to their house.
Oh, it's
I
a
think
dream.
That's huge.
Because there's a lot of us, you know, I don't know about you, but when Gabriel was first diagnosed and then he would have these tantrums, these outbursts, you know, I was embarrassed. I mean, that's why our slogan is, we're finally a place where you never have to say, I'm sorry. I start to cry like every time I say it, because literally that came from me having to say, I'm so sorry, and then walking out, you know, with my son and daughter.
Yes.
So, but there's still those parents who don't even feel comfortable going to a We Rock yet.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make me cry. So then we bring, the We Rock on Wheels to their home.
Yeah.
You know, the kiddos get used to it. Then they can, this is my vision, what I
Yes.
foresee. Then it brings them out and feel comfortable to,
like an
I recognize this
introduction.
equipment.
Right.
Oh, it's a zip line. Oh, it's a bolster swing. Oh, it's the same color scheme as We Rock.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna come out of their homes, right, Shannon?
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. I
Absolutely.
mean, we feel so, you know, secluded, you know, in the beginning.
Yes.
You know, thank God, not anymore. We have We Rocks at, you know, 17, 18 different states now.
Yeah.
But there's still so many of us out there who don't, you know,
Yes.
who don't feel comfortable. So I'm very excited to bring the therapeutic part, the parties,
Yeah.
to bring it to, you know, different schools. Really, okay, so my son, who, is almost 9, Gabriel's been on the zip line, okay? Because a lot of people
tested it
think,
out.
you know, what age group? But really it's like 2 to 10, because my daughter, who, you know, is a little bit petite for her age, she was on the zip line in the bus too. It's about 7.5 feet tall.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Only
I'm
you.
so excited.
Only you, and I mean that in the best possible way.
I know you do. I know you
do.
From the business standpoint, though, I want to tell you what's great about We Rock on Wheels is, you know, a lot of people can't afford to, you know, still do the brick and mortar locations because
yes.
they're afraid of the commitment of, you know, rent every day,
Absolutely.
employees and everything. So also, what does this do? It gives more jobs to people,
Yes.
okay? Because for, you know, about 75, 85,000, they have a bus that's built out
Yes.
and they have a business plan to go, and that's
Right.
it. And of course, a corporate that supports them. So that's it. I mean, what's their upkeep is the bus. But other than that, again, who can say they can take a business that they know is going to be successful and go and take off?
And when we're in a month right now here in California, I mean, everybody, it's autism. Depending on what you subscribe to, awareness, acceptance, action. Right? Those are our 3 A words.
Yes.
And there were just tons of events. So I'm thinking about at every event,
Yes. Bringing
a bus.
pull on the bus, and an amazing
And it will
thing.
probably be at Autism Speaks next year.
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
absolutely. I mean, that's
Of
what we're
course.
really trying, you know, for the walk, which, by the way, I don't know about you, but to
Oh,
me,
it was a great
you know,
walk.
well done, Autism Speaks. It
Yeah,
was
it was a great
phenomenal.
walk.
Phenomenal, well done, Matt Asner and, you know, Jennifer, Sasha, all their team was so phenomenal. But of course, I was hoping that the bus was going to be there, but it wasn't. But really, we're just thrilled to be able to spread the word about awareness and inclusion and you know, giving people a home.
Yeah.
Giving people a home in the community.
And I think it's incredible. There's nothing like it as a business model. If you're a family and you're looking to do some kind of a business, this is the thing to do. And definitely get in contact with Dina. We said that it's WRTSfranchise.com. That's the best place to go for franchise. But I want to talk for just a minute, because not everybody wants to have a business. But everyone, all of us need a place to take our kids.
Exactly.
And I want you to talk just a little bit about how innovative it is, how you guys do this, because I didn't even understand until we came and did the Sensitive Santa that you have different ways. So if somebody wants to bring their kid to the gym, what are some different ways that you make it work?
Well, there's several.
Yeah.
We have our open play, which is basically, I mean, me as an autism mommy, when Gabriel was 2.5, I didn't know how to play with my son. So what do we do at We Rock? We teach families and parents or guardians how to play with their kids, because that's what was scary to me, and I was embarrassed for years to go, oh my God, I don't know, how to give him joy. So we teach them that by being on this equipment and with them, actually, okay, oh my God, not only,
Our
okay,
equipment holds up to 250 pounds,
exactly.
so we can
Exactly.
enjoy it with them.
The trampoline, the bolster swing, the zip line. So whether you have a kiddo on the spectrum or not, but what's great is it's all ages. Like, for example, your son. So your son's going to have fun. Okay, your son can ride the zip line. But then also, what do we do? Because this is where I'm really, working towards and working with my owners is, the progressive employment, for our young adults and adults on the spectrum, and then really the teenagers. So we bring in the older kids in as like we did with Deborah's daughter, Ryan, as junior helpers. So not only do they love the gym, but they're actually working with the younger kids. And you know what? Then the younger kids are like, okay, they're cool because, Ryan's working with me. And of course, they don't feel, intrusive, because how some kids, what's the biggest mistake? Us, or neurotypical families, I would say, go, oh my God, hi, how are you? To our little kids, and they're like, oh my gosh. So, well, say for example, with, my daughter Sophia, with Ryan, with your son, they're easy on the eyes. They're not going to try and focus, right? So the kids just gravitate to them.
Yes, they don't even have to do anything. My daughter just sits on the bolster swing, and the little girls just come up and sit right next to them.
It is awesome. Then we also have our break time, which is where therapists can come in and work with the little ones. They can leave it to the one-to-one attending care, so the parents can go, take a break, go have dinner, because we know what is that like? Okay, feeling secluded, like there's no date night. What's date night?
Go get a manicure, get your hair done, take care of yourself.
When you need to go to the grocery store and you can't take, or you've got multiple children, and
it's everything.
That's huge. So that's something that you can do.
Absolutely. And then of course we have the birthday parties, which are amazing. And then we have the private play dates, because a lot of us, as mommies in the beginning, we're still uncomfortable to have the whole public around us. So you can shut the gym down for like $120 an hour. It's incredible with 10 kids.
Incredible. An incredible opportunity.
And some of our locations offer classes as well.
Oh yeah, Deborah's has amazing. What do you have, Deborah?
Music, yoga, dance.
Amazing. And a lot, my understanding is that a lot of the gyms, you have a rate that if you pay, you can come unlimited amounts of times.
Oh yeah, we have so we have family memberships now, like single families for $99, you can come every day.
But you don't have to do that, but it's such an opportunity. And for people here in Los Angeles, when it's so hot in the summer, I remember when Jen was little, and we needed to be going on play dates, and you can't go out to the park in the middle of the day. It's way too hot. You're going to get all kinds of behavior. But, where do you go? You can only go to the mall, little play areas so many times.
That's exactly
and
right.
You're not really getting anything, happening.
It's overwhelming.
There. No.
Yes.
Listen, we tell people we're not a substitute for therapy. We're what to do in between. But it's going to help progress your kiddos along.
It's absolutely incredible. You're making such a difference in so many ways. I said to her the other day, I said, I want to be you when I grow up. I want to be more like you when I grow up. And she was like, oh, you silly thing. And I said, no, I genuinely mean it. You were helping people in so many different ways. And one of the biggest ways, it's not even the biggest. One of the ways that you're doing it that I don't see anybody else doing it is empowering people to have a business so that that involves their children. I don't see anybody else doing that, Dina.
Thank you. Well, I'm very proud. They just emailed us and said that I was, nominated for the San Fernando Valley of the Business, the Women's Business Journal. And I look at that, and for me, that's special for me, because what are we doing? We're empowering women.
Well, who do I write to say that you should win?
It's so funny. But just the fact to be around, women like that, and to show them that, what, you can have a job, okay? Just because you have this autism diagnosis doesn't mean that's it. No, you can have a business and interact with other people.
Career, and it involves your child. And I notice, because I'm watching, it isn't just moms.
No.
You have the dads.
Single dads. Single dads. Yep, absolutely.
We love that.
Absolutely.
More your dads, more your moms.
Thank you so much for everything that you do and for being here. And thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to be around more and hear more about what you're doing
amazing.
Now that I'm glad that you have help too.
Otherwise
we would
try to do it by herself, but she needs help.
We were going to have to clone you, so that's who you are now. A mini-me.
Yin and yang.
That's exactly right.
Well,
great energy.
Yes.
You need to have that. Fabulous.
It's the energy. It's you and Nancy. Like watching you and Nancy together. Oh my gosh. It's like Lucy and Ethel. You guys are hysterical.
That's what people call us,
but
Lucy and Ethel.
Great energy. Great energy of owners. I'm very blessed. The synergy we don't even have to ask for. We rock. So.
Fabulous. It's
Thank
very
you.
exciting. And again, if you want to have more information, WRTSfranchise.com
Yes.
or WRTS.com. Or We Rock the
We
Spectrum.
rock the spectrum.com.
We Rock the Spectrum.com. Go there, check it out. You even have a music video.
We do. It's called We Rock the Spectrum. It's awesome song.
Fabulous stuff. So check it out and take your kids to one of those gyms. And if
Thank you.
it feels right to you, and I know that it will, ask about franchising.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to right now take a break, and normally we would go to the A word, but today we are debuting a new video called The Road to Recovery with Nicholas Yates.
Wow.
We took Nicholas Yates for a ride in the car. He's a gentleman who works at CARD now, but he recovered from autism. He's one of the kids featured in the video
Amazing.
recovered.
Oh.
Amazing young
Can't
man.
wait to see it.
And so we're going to play that for you right now, and then when we come back, we have Summer Dabbs and Larry Hauser from Fullerton Cares are going to be talking about the Mardi Gras for autism.
Awesome.
Oh, I can't wait.
So all of that coming up, but first, take a look. Nick Yates, The Road to Recovery.